I've had this for a bit now, and a few people ask me about it, so here is my take. This is a simple, practical dresser with a clean white finish and 8 drawers, and it is mainly for anyone who needs more storage in a bedroom, a nursery, or a kid's room. I put it in my bedroom, and I have been using it every day, so this is coming from real use, not just a quick look. The reason I even considered this one is because I wanted more drawer space without bringing in something that looks heavy or overly modern. I also wanted a piece that would not look out of place if I moved it later, like from my bedroom to a kid's room. The style leans farmhouse, but not in a loud way. It has that cozy, slightly rustic feel with simple lines, and it blends in pretty easily with a lot of rooms. In person, the white finish is what you think it is. It looks clean and bright when it is freshly wiped down. It also shows dust and little fingerprints faster than darker furniture. I noticed that almost immediately. If you have kids, or if you are the type of person who touches the top every time you walk by, you are going to be wiping it down more often. I keep a soft cloth nearby, and it has become part of my normal cleanup. It is not hard, it is just the reality of white furniture. The dresser feels solid once it is fully assembled. When I first pulled everything out, it was a lot of pieces, and that can be a little intimidating. After it was built, it felt stable, and it did not wobble around on me in daily use. The top is sturdy enough that I can place a lamp and a couple of everyday items there without worrying about it. I would not treat it like a workbench, but for normal bedroom use, it has been fine. The drawers are the main reason to buy something like this, so that is what I paid attention to. I use the top drawers for smaller things like socks, accessories, and baby items I want to grab quickly. The lower drawers hold bulkier clothes. The drawer space is genuinely useful because 8 drawers lets me separate things in a way that actually stays organized. With smaller dressers, I end up stuffing items together and it turns messy fast. Here I have room to keep categories separate, and that makes day-to-day routines easier. The drawers slide smoothly in normal use. I would not call it silent, but it is not noisy either. I can open and close them without fighting the track, and they do not feel like they are grinding. I have had drawers on other furniture that start sticking once you put real weight inside. With this one, I loaded a few drawers pretty heavily with folded jeans and sweaters, and it still opens without me having to yank it. That matters more than any spec sheet, because that is the part you deal with every morning. Now, assembly. This took time. It was not the kind of thing I could casually do in a short break. I set aside an afternoon, and I am glad I did. The packaging was protective, and nothing arrived damaged for me, which I appreciated because a white finish can show chips fast. The instructions were workable, but you still have to pay attention. I had moments where I slowed down just to double-check that I was lining things up correctly. If you rush it, you can end up with a drawer that does not sit right, and then you are undoing steps. I also recommend having another person around if you can, not because every step requires it, but because there are points where holding panels steady while fastening them makes the process smoother. I built it mostly on my own, but I did ask for a quick extra set of hands during a couple of parts. Once it was together, it felt like the effort paid off. It is one of those things where the building process is the worst part, and then you just use it. In daily life, this dresser has been straightforward. I open it, I grab what I need, I close it, and it stays aligned. The drawers do not drift open on their own, at least in my room on a flat floor. I also like that the layout makes it easy to share. If you are splitting a dresser with a partner, or using it for a child and a baby, 8 drawers gives you a simple way to divide space without arguing over what goes where. I did try it in a nursery setup for a bit, since I had baby essentials to organize. It worked well for that because I could keep diapers, wipes, small clothes, and blankets separated. The top also worked as a spot to set down a changing pad temporarily, though I still prefer a dedicated changing surface for safety and comfort. But as an organizer, it did the job. It also looks calm in a nursery. The white finish and simple design do not overwhelm the room. There are a few small downsides from my use. The white finish looks great when it is clean, but you will notice marks. If you bump it with something like a belt buckle or a toy, you will notice. I have been careful, and mine still has a couple tiny scuffs that I only see when the light hits it a certain way. It is not falling apart, it is just normal life. Another thing is that the assembly time is real. If you hate building furniture, you might not enjoy that part. After it is built, it is fine, but getting there takes patience. One thing I do not have here is any smart feature or mobile app support, because this is a dresser. It does not connect to anything, and I honestly like that. It is one less thing to troubleshoot. It is just furniture that holds clothes and everyday items, and that is the point. After living with it, my overall impression is that it is a practical choice if you want lots of drawer storage in a dresser that looks clean and neutral. It fits well in a bedroom, and it also makes sense for a nursery or kids' room because you can keep things sorted and easy to reach. It feels stable in daily use. The drawers work smoothly, and it does what I needed it to do. The trade-offs are the time it takes to assemble, and the fact that white furniture asks a little more from you when it comes to wiping it down. If you have been considering this dresser, and you have questions about how it holds up for specific items you plan to store, let me know in the comments and I will tell you what I have noticed. If this video helped, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with your experience or what you want me to test next. Thank you for watching.